You are not ready for what you are about to see. I was not ready, nobody was ready, nobody even believed that this tank is capable of doing something like this. We're here today watching ZMRD _ who is playing with as XX40T. Tier 11 French medium tank after patch 25T. And my first interaction with this vehicle was quite weird. Like, in my opinion, how this tank looks, how big it is, how it moves. Like, look at this enemy, as XX. Moves like a freaking boat, guys. How this tank moves and feels and overall, it doesn't belong to Badget 25T line. While Badget 25T is like slim, slick, sneaky, good camo, it can surprise attack you, but this one has very poor camo. It is big, it turns like a boat, turns like a truck actually. I honestly felt at first like if this tank would have been tier 11 after AMX 50B, it would have made more sense. But, you know, whatever. Maybe I just don't know how to play it, most likely, right guys? But I know one guy who does know how to play it, and this guy is ZMRD, who over here is doing a quick peeking. Not spotted. Let's take a quick shot as well. Anyone there? Nope, not a single camper spotted here. There is only one guy who could be up on the hill. It is the other FE45. One FE has already been spotted. Badget 25T, maybe potentially, you know, you never know, could be up here as well. So after the two first spotting peaks, one with the shot as well, information received, and ZMRD decided to, or let's call him MRD from here on, decided to go for the Object 257. Last shot, kind of unlucky. This guy was, you know, climbing up the rocks as well, quite hard to aim, and you can't reveal yourself over there for too long, or not much longer. Good disengagement over here, good timing, and off in the action you go. KR1 might be crazy enough to chase you down over here, and this is exactly what is about to happen, right? So, I didn't have the best start with this vehicle, and I still, honestly, do not have very good feeling about the SXX. Like, I don't know if I like it, I don't know if I hate it, I don't know if I'm indifferent about it. But over here we can see MRD playing it, right? Has 3 mark of excellence already. Still keeps playing it, and is able to pull off the battle of the freaking year. Especially for this tank, guys. And he also said that this tank is kinda ass. Kinda sucks. So, how do you feel about it, guys? How do you feel about SXX40T? Because I have not featured it, I have not reviewed it, but this battle, you know, is just too good to not feature, not showcase. And the feature, you saw one key area where it differs from autoloaders, where it differs from auto reloaders as well, and this is the fact that you can stop your clip reload at any time. With autoloader, when you empty your clip, you are forced to stay out of action to reload your clip fully before you can engage again. In this case, you saw that after ZMRD clipped KR1, loaded only 2 shells because he saw E5 pushing in the middle, and after loading in 2 shells, pressed X again to cancel the reload and fire those 2 shells which he loaded. And this is where it is kind of awesome, kind of cool and unique feature. You know, of course, it reminds you auto reloader, but I would say auto reloader when you fully empty your mag. If you would have like 5 shells in the mag, that reload time would be very long, so you win in that department. But you also have to keep in mind that there is a little downtime going into the reload sequence and leaving the reload sequence, right? So, you know, you win some, you lose some situation. I would put it this way. But now, after fully loaded, this is a very nice position, by the way. This is a very nice position. Many do not know even how to, or many do not even know that they can look into it. Like, they are receiving shots while being in the middle, but where are the shots coming from? Through the house. This is a sneaky one. If you know, you know. Well, now more people do know about that. How you can counter the middle attack. If your vehicle is tall enough, actually. Not every single tank can be over here and shoot. For example, this KR1 even is gonna struggle or would struggle shooting through those windows. Your vehicle needs to be tall enough for that. Which as XX is. Like, talking about the size, sorry for pausing, guys, sorry for pausing, but look at the size. Does this remind you something that belongs to Badger 25T line? It is as big, if not bigger, than E75, Tier 9 heavy tank. It is bigger than many heavy tanks in this game, actually. So, you know, still questionable where does this tank fit. But now, after fully loaded, more than half hit points gone already, and after dealing 6,300 damage, MRD is going into the fight yet again. Flanking M103, flanking KR1, good shot, one more, that's a little bit greedy maybe. Nice. You were actually hiding behind those shelves over here or the construction over here, hoping that KR1 is gonna hit that. And if KR1 is using heat does not go through objects. It will explode and simply disappear on it. I don't know if you were thinking about that, risking with that in this situation or not, but it turned out to be the case over here. Sentinel in the middle. A brand new loot box vehicle, Sentinel, maybe high roll, nice. Actually, you know, this tank has a solid alpha, 420, 263 pen, 1.1 thousand shell velocity. On APCR is actually very, very bad. Reloading the shells, but stopping at 3 to put 3 shots. To put 2 shots into FE, one, that blind shot actually should have been a hit. There is KR1, and come on, pull back, beautiful, good kill, helping the team over here, while the other flank just lost. The Badget is coming in, BZ is coming in, Char MLE is coming in as well, Moishin is one shot. Team is actually very low on hit points. If you look at the team panel, guys, there is not a lot of tanks with more than 300 hit points. KR1 under 200 KR, the other KR1 is 428. E75 is fartable. Moishin, like if anyone does a little farty close to it, it's dead, you know. Badget, nice Badget artillery destroyed. 490 assistance as well. Fully loaded. Well, it shows fully loaded, but it shows only 4 APCR shells left. Wait, which shells do you have? Let's see. You have a heat. Okay, heat loaded. So, boom, and boom, and boom. One more, please. And boom. Good. Beautiful. FE45 has been taken out. This battle gets more and more intense with every second. Full HP Badger 25 has been spotted. You decided to cancel the reload with 2 shells in the magazine. Once again, this is another big advantage over regular autoloader. Just like the Badger 25T, you can stop whenever you want. And on the other side, or in the other case, let's say you had full magazine, you fired 1 shell or you fired 2 shells, and now you can top up your not full magazine faster than with regular autoloaders. If you only fired 1 shell or a 5 in Badget, you want to go for the full mag, you have to go through the full reloading sequence, right? So once again, this is a little win situation for this mechanic. But some people are calling this auto reloading with extra steps, like manual auto reloading. You know, you have to activate and deactivate stuff yourself. Over 10,000 damage done, while I have been just completely yapping around over here about SXX. It's a massive target with no armor. Feels kind of slow, and ZMRD is actually playing it with kind of like AMX50B setup, more heavy, you know. Stabilizer, double stabilizing or stabilizing equipment units, bond stabilizer, experimental stabilizer as well with the aiming time increasement and also hardening, and also directive to increase the stabilization even more because this tank really needs it. BZ68, teammates on low HP are still alive and still doing good enough of a job to keep stuff spotted or to scout enemy tanks out, going for the full blind clip over here. So we have close to 11,000 visible damage done so far, and definitely a couple blind shots. One into FE, one or two into BZ68 as well, and there is still more damage to be had. Let's go for the full mag reload, which takes roughly 36 seconds. Base reload, let's say. You know, depends on your equipment units, depends on your crew skills. You can get it down to like, I don't know, 33 seconds when fully upgraded as well. This tank, I would say, when some tier 11s are not super upgrade dependent tanks, this tank is one of those vehicles which definitely needs upgrades. Its ability upgrades are nice as well, which make your reload sequence faster. You can upgrade the time going into the reload sequence and leaving the reload sequence, so all those things are definitely key and very helpful. Also, you can improve your mobility, your stabilization, and all those things. Penetration, alpha damage. I think it received 10 alpha damage as well, if I'm not mistaken. High explosive over here, not anything extremely special. 520 alpha, very poor shell velocity, and 59 penetration as well. So nothing crazy over here. This battle is 3 versus 2 right now. Quite equal with hit points as well. Our KR1 is still alive, holding the other flank, holding the other side of the map. Badger 25T, the most healthy tank, is actually going in for a scouting run. Quite a nuts game, right? Already it is quite a nuts game. And if you think back at this battle, like, if you pause for a second while we hope that the Badger 25T is spotting something for us, if you stop for a second and think what the hell has happened in this game already so far, it's kinda mad. ZMRD started the battle from 1-2 line, fighting against heavy tanks. Never camped, never stayed out of action, just slapped, flanked, slapped, flanked, attacked enemy base even, attacked enemy base, enemy tank destroyers in the base, artilleries, FEs, you know, and now just cruising around. What a beautifully and aggressively played battle as well at the same time. Absolute mad. One of the best battles I've seen in my life. Look at the shell velocity. This shell velocity is actually just disgusting. Okay, 3 shells left. You are not going for the reload. You're not going to top up. Well, if you hit and pen all the shots, there is no need for reload. Ay, but at least Patchet was able to hit him. Nice! 12,259 visible damage done. Char MLA is going to clip Patchet. You need to load at least 3 shells to take out Char MLA. Char MLA should be empty, and the reload time on Char is very, very long. What is this guy going to do? Char should be empty, because this guy was shooting you as well, right? Definitely on the reload. And if this guy did not try to run away, that is the biggest mistake of his life. He actually tried to ram you, I feel like. I mean, I don't even need to say anything at the end over here. I just don't even need to say anything at the end over here. Ladies and gentlemen. 6 kills. Only. Not even Radley Walters. Not Even Bull's medal. 13,383 damage done. But this is only the visible damage done. In total, ZMRD underscore did 14,895. I don't even care, guys. YouTube title will be 15,000 damage. Yes. 30, absolutely 30 clickbait. Not even 15k is what Twitch chat would actually say. 900 assistance as well. 14,895 damage. And you saw how this battle was taken. It was legitimately taken, forced out of the enemy vehicles. Actually forced out of the enemy vehicles. Not camping, not sniping, actually in the battle from the very early on. And JJJ11 was the anonymous name, I guess, right? 53 shots fired, 47 hits, 37 penetrations. Unfreaking believable. Was using APCR only at first, ran out of all the standard rounds, and then switched to heat. And the heat has actually such a sad velocity. Even APCR on this vehicle has such a sad velocity. This tank has so many sad things going on for it, so I'm still kind of on the fence what I think about it. I don't know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this absolute giga battle, this absolute giga show. Nail biter. It had drama, it had everything in it. And the only tank alive on the battlefield is SXX with bloody 15,000 damage done. That's honestly nuts. Earned for battle 2,811 base XP. Yes, that's crazy. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Adios, everybody. Adios.